Khuliso Mudau, the day Orlando Pirates sealed a future leader. On a quiet morning in Johannesburg, when the city was only beginning to wake, a single black vehicle turned slowly into the gates of a familiar training complex. There were no flashing cameras, no crowds, no noise. Yet inside that car sat a man whose decision would soon echo across South African football. Khuliso Mudau had arrived. For Orlando Pirates, this was not just another registration. For Mudau, this was not just another contract. It was the closing chapter of a long journey and the opening of something bigger. A journey built far from spotlights. Khuliso Mudau's football story did not begin under bright stadium lights. It began on dusty grounds, in places where passion mattered more than facilities. As a young boy, Mudau learned early that talent alone was never enough. Discipline, patience, and humility were the tools that would shape him. He was never the loudest voice, never the one seeking attention, but every coach noticed one thing: reliability. Whether playing as a fullback or adapting into a more advanced role, Mudau brought consistency. He listened more than he spoke. He studied the game deeply. Each season he added something new to his style: better positioning, smarter decision-making, stronger leadership. By the time he became an established name in South African football, Mudau was known not for headlines, but for trust. Coaches trusted him. Teammates relied on him. Fans respected him. And that respect is what caught Orlando Pirates' attention. Why Orlando Pirates watched him closely. For months, Orlando Pirates' technical team had been observing the league with a clear goal: strengthen the squad with players who understand responsibility. They were not only looking for flair, they wanted mentality. They wanted professionalism. Mudau's performances spoke quietly but powerfully. Week after week, he showed maturity under pressure. In tight matches, he made the right choices. In difficult moments, he did not panic. When younger players struggled, he guided them. Inside Pirates analysis meetings, one question kept returning: is he ready for a bigger stage? The answer, after long evaluation, was simple: yes. The call that changed everything. The call came on an ordinary afternoon. Mudau was not expecting drama. He had learned over the years that football moves silently before it moves loudly. When his representatives informed him that Orlando Pirates wanted formal talks, he did not celebrate immediately. Instead, he asked questions. What is the vision? What is expected of me? Where do I fit in the project? That reaction alone impressed Pirates even more. Negotiations were respectful. There was no rush, no public noise. Both sides understood the importance of getting everything right, not just financially, but professionally. And then came the moment that confirmed it all. Orlando Pirates officially registered Khuliso Mudau. The registration that meant more than paperwork. Registration day is often misunderstood. Many see it as simple paperwork. But for a club like Orlando Pirates, registration represents trust. When Mudau signed, it was not just his name being added to a list. It was a message: you are part of our future. Inside the room, the atmosphere was calm. Club officials spoke about responsibility, history, and expectations. Mudau listened carefully, nodding, fully aware of what wearing black and white means. He knew this club does not forgive complacency. He knew supporters demand commitment. He knew legends are not created by contracts, but by actions. And he was ready. What Mudau brings to Orlando Pirates. Mudau arrives at Orlando Pirates more than a defender. He brings tactical intelligence, understanding when to attack and when to protect. Consistency, delivering solid performances match after match. Leadership, leading by example rather than words. Experience, calmness in high-pressure situations. Pirates have always valued players who respect the badge. Mudau fits that culture naturally. In training sessions following his registration, coaches immediately noticed his professionalism. He arrived early, he asked questions, he studied instructions carefully. Younger players watched him closely. He did not act like a star, he acted like a worker. The pressure of the badge. Every player who joins Orlando Pirates understands one thing quickly. The badge is heavy. The expectations come from everywhere: fans, media, history, and rivals. For Mudau, this pressure was not something to fear, but something to embrace. He understood that Pirates supporters want honesty. Even in defeat, they respect effort. Even in mistakes, they respect accountability. Mudau's mindset aligned perfectly. "I don't promise perfection," he reportedly told those close to him, "but I promise commitment." That promise is exactly what Pirates wanted. The message to the squad. Mudau's registration sent a clear signal within the squad. Competition would increase. Standards would rise. No position would be guaranteed. Rather than creating tension, it created motivation. Teammates welcomed him, understanding that strong competition builds strong teams. Training intensity improved. Conversations became sharper. Focus increased. This is what smart signings do. They raise everyone around them. A new chapter, not the end. For Mudau, joining Orlando Pirates is not the destination. It is another chapter. He knows the real work begins on the pitch. He knows contracts don't win trophies. He knows supporters judge performances, not announcements. But he also knows something else. He belongs here. The black and white shirt fits not just his body, but his mentality. What this registration means for Pirates' future. Orlando Pirates are building carefully. Every registration is part of a larger plan, balancing youth, experience, hunger, and leadership. Mudau's inclusion strengthens that balance. He represents stability. He represents professionalism. He represents readiness. As the season progresses, supporters will watch closely. Some will expect immediate impact. Others will allow time. But one thing is certain. Mudau did not come to Orlando Pirates to observe history. He came to be part of it. Final thought. In football, loud signings often fade quickly. Quiet signings, however, sometimes become pillars. Khuliso Mudau's registration by Orlando Pirates may not have arrived with fireworks, but those who understand the game know its importance. And as the tunnel lights switch on and the crowd rises, one thing will be clear. This is not just another player. This is a professional ready for the responsibility of the badge.